She thanked him again for helping her. Wubin looked at her seriously and urged her to stop clubbing and drinking recklessly, reminding her that not everyone would be as kind as he had been. The girl smiled, and in an attempt to prolong their interaction, offered to buy him dinner. Wubin declined at first, but she grabbed his arm and pleaded. At that moment, something clicked in his mind. He took out his phone and showed her a photo he had secretly taken the night before, a photo of the file Kim's stepsister had handed to her father. He moved closer, showed it to her, and made a deal. He would accept the dinner offer only if she managed to get him that file. The girl looked at the image, her curiosity piqued, and quickly agreed. Wubin was slightly amused by how naive and eager she was, surprised that she agreed so easily. The girl smiled and assured him she would get the file, reminding him to keep his promise once she did. Wubin nodded and gave her his number, instructing her to contact him as soon as she had the file. With that, he got into his car and drove off. As he merged back onto the road, a heavy feeling settled in his chest. He felt guilty for using a young, impressionable girl to get the information he needed. But in his heart, he knew he had to do whatever it took. Kim had been his friend, and she deserved justice. Justice that would allow her to finally rest in peace. It was the least he owed her. Kim's stepmother and her daughter sat together in a quiet corner of the house, their expressions grim as they discussed the next phase of their long-standing scheme. Tension hung heavily in the air. The daughter looked at her mother with growing impatience and remarked on how she had expected her to be done with Kim's father by now. She was frustrated that he was still alive and breathing, posing a threat to everything they had worked for. Her mother, calm but visibly strained, admitted that the previous plan had failed. She acknowledged that they were running out of time and had to act quickly before Kim's father began suspecting anything. Every delay put them closer to exposure, and she knew it. Shifting the focus, she asked about the lawyer. Her daughter reported that she had met with him and that he had everything ready, just waiting on their final instructions. She added that Kim's father had recently visited the lawyer, requesting to view his will. Fortunately, the lawyer had handed him the fake version they had prepared long ago, keeping the real document hidden. The daughter grasped her mother's hands tightly, her eyes fierce with urgency. She reminded her that they had spent years meticulously planning everything, and if they didn't act now, it would all be in vain. Her mother nodded solemnly. She reassured her daughter that everything was under control. Then, with cold certainty, she revealed that by evening, the news of Kim's father's suicide would be circulating everywhere. Her daughter's eyes widened with intrigue, prompting her to explain further. She confessed that she had already hired the best hitmen available, professionals with a reputation for clean work. At that very moment, they were tracking Kim's father, waiting for the perfect opportunity. The plan was simple yet sinister. They would kill him and stage the scene to make it look like he had drowned, leaving no trace of foul play. The media would report it as a suicide, and no one would question it. Her daughter's face lit up with a twisted smile, clearly impressed by her mother's cunning. She expressed how eager she was to see it done. The mere thought of never having to see his stupid face again thrilled her. All she wanted now was for them to finally claim everything they had schemed for, the fortune, the power, and the control that had always been just out of reach. The two women sat in silence for a moment, their eyes gleaming with anticipation. Years of deceit and manipulation were about to reach their climax, and if their plan succeeded, no one would ever suspect that behind Kim's father's supposed suicide lay the cold, calculated betrayal of the people he trusted the most.